Shiva. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good too. It's Friday and weekend is nearly here. So for you, it's already there, right? The weekend.
Yes, for me, it's already there. So, I mean, ma'am, so you a full-time teacher, like English teacher, or
No,
like
no, I am not a teacher. I work in IT,
right?
but I do a
And how long
full-time
has
job. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I wanted to. I had this idea of starting a channel for this, but then when
Right.
the very first video that I came across after I had this
Mhm.
thought was Sunita. Have you seen her video? Sunita's English Adventure. That's her channel name. So that's
I'm so sorry about that. So yeah, you were mentioning about something, Miss Sunita.
Sunita, yeah. So Sunita's channel, I came across her channel, and then
Right.
that's when I found out that, oh my God, this has been a thing already. It's not something
Right.
new. And then once you've seen one video, then YouTube will recommend all sorts
Right.
of. Oh God, then I found out that, oh, there are plenty of channels and conversations
Right.
already happening. But then I wanted to utilize this opportunity to speak to people because I'm living away from India, and
Right.
yeah, it's always nice to connect to people, and yeah, and you get some sort of happiness when you do. When you are posting something, be it a conversational video or
Exactly.
anything, it's creative, isn't it? So you get some sort
Exactly.
of pleasure when someone comments or they like because it's adding value to
Very
them
true.
possibly.
Very
So
true.
yeah, that's the reason why I started this channel. Otherwise, I have no other connection with English. Even I even didn't do my schooling in English medium. I did my schooling in Malayalam medium. That's where I'm from, Kerala.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Kerala.
but I live here now in England. That is kind of an association with England, more of yeah, a stronger
Right.
association now. Other than that, yeah, I work in IT, so I do no teaching at all. Yeah, I would love to at some point when I retire, maybe from this IT job. I might be doing just for not again teaching in like in a traditional way, just like these
Professional manner. Yeah.
spoken English, yeah, just that.
I mean,
Now,
that's
oh
really
yeah, I
good. I
have been
mean,
talking about myself. Please introduce yourself, Shiva.
thank you so much, first of all, for introducing yourself. That was a great insight. And I mean, a lot of people has this thing. They work in the corporate and they don't have much time to do something
Mm,
apart from their job life. But I think
yeah,
if you are passionate enough to do something outside your day-to-day activities or the responsibilities, you would end up taking out the time, and then you would make it out. I mean, like, I did not expect it. In fact, when I was like just laying down, and I just suddenly got notified an email, and I was like, it's you. Because last night I remember I had to make you remind, so I just generally sends a reminder message just in
good.
case if it has went out of your mind.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it's really good to see, like, despite having such a busy schedule. And I don't know what's the time right now in there, like in England. Is it already
It's 1:15, quarter past
1:15?
one,
So
yeah.
I mean, that's interesting that you are being so dedicated. And also, first of all, like, thank you so much for accepting the request in a very short notice and
Oh, the
having me
pleasure is
over
all
here on the
mine.
call. Thank you
You
so
didn't
much.
introduce yourself. Please go ahead and introduce you. I would like to know about you. I can see that you speak so well, so I would like to know about your background.
Thank you so much. Well, in terms of me, well, I do come from an English medium background wherein I had my schooling from my nursery to 10th in a CBSE board, but I wouldn't say that I was very passionate towards speaking. I was one
Uh-huh.
of the student who used to. My name is Shiva, and it's more of like a South Indian influence name. So very few
Right.
people have a name as Shiva in the north, and I was one of the kid who used to speak in Hindi and used to make my other seven South Indian friends. I grew up with a lot of South Indian friends around me,
Uh-huh.
and we used to stand outside the class. This was me as a student, and after that, when I actually gave the very first interview on my job, I also come from a BPO industry. So I
Uh-huh.
was told to speak in English for 1 minute, and I was not able to speak, and I got rejected from that interview. And from
Wow.
there on, my conscious English learning journey has started, where
Mm-hmm.
I took the grip over my communication and I decided, let's go for the exchange. And I started speaking with people from across the globe, from India or from wherever the people I used to get the chance from. And I got myself selected on the same company where I got rejected from within like 4 months of practice. And
Brilliant.
my basics really got good. One thing that has helped me, because I come from that CBSE background, so
Yeah.
I when I initially started learning, I realized that I was able to learn faster than a lot of learners that whom I was practicing with. And that is how I never took any kind of like a professional course or any kind of teaching from any traditional coaching centers in India. It was all because of the self practice and the self study. And gradually, I have also spent like 3 years into the BPO before me getting started with my own business into the e-commerce, like in 2022. And today I have my own business into the e-commerce, but
Wow.
practicing English was something has never been outside out, like has been stopped. I keep on practicing, and the hobby with speaking with new people is like changed into passion. And then I never thought of teaching me teaching English to people, but I'm more of an accidental teacher is what I say. So that's
Oh,
that's a bit
that's
about myself.
brilliant. Brilliant introduction. And what caught my attention is that you're doing e-commerce and you're fully into business now, which is amazing. You know what? I always, I've tried different things with e-commerce. But
Right.
yeah, that's something that I'm also, passionate about doing. What kind of e-commerce, what do you get the supply from India, or what do you do?
So basically, I'm not dealing into the products because
Mhm.
obviously that's a different part altogether. So I actually have got a couple of partners that I'm aligned with, and
Uh-huh.
these people do tie-ups with multiple companies in India and abroad, and we create ideas and strategies for the products and the services of our clients and help them grow
Right.
their business.
So you're not
So
really
right, like
selling anything. You're not doing selling anything. You're just doing
no,
the marketing side of things, or what?
exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. So overall, I'm taking care of the sales growth of my clients. So I'm not directly selling anything out in the market, but I'm helping
Yeah.
my clients to sell their products and services in the market, and then me taking a good commission out of it.
Ah, okay, that's nice. Yeah, yeah. That's not what I am planning to do. I want to do actually. I like the I like I
The
Shopify is something that I'm thinking about. Um,
Shopify one, yes, I was just about to mention.
Sorry,
Great.
you got cut
And I
off.
mean, how long, yeah, the Shopify one.
Yeah,
Shopify was the
I
one
have
that I
not
was
really
talking about.
tried.
Normally,
It's just
people
like I don't really get time to
like,
do it, but it's there as something in my to-do list. I Maybe you can say that this is one of the strategies that I got this channel up, and then I'm also more active on TikTok because TikTok is not there in India.
exactly,
Yeah, but TikTok I have seen, I only started like a month ago. But the difference between TikTok and
right,
YouTube, what I have found out is that people, I don't know, the audience, they're totally different. Yeah. So on TikTok, you
right,
post something, then you get like as soon as I post something, I get like 10 followers, and then they save your post, and so you
right.
get feel like you get that appreciation there immediate, which is really different
Exactly.
from on YouTube. I don't know if it's to do with the quality of the audience that they on YouTube the audience are very picky. Possibly they only like something if they really like it. Maybe that may be the reason. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, then because yeah, it's to do with the standards. Possibly they don't like everything, so they simply don't click that like button. Or so there is a big difference that I have found out between TikTok and YouTube. But then there is this
Like
TikTok
the tech,
shop. Yeah, so that is something that I'm
right?
focusing on now. Um, Yeah, so that's
Great.
to do with the e-commerce. So glad good that I found out some you're also doing something similar. Yeah, which is
Exactly.
I think that it's really um something doing if you're doing something outside of your 9 to 5, be it part-time,
Right.
be it full-time if you're fully into it, it's yeah, be your own boss, right? That's
I mean,
really
I honestly, I had a simple calculation. One day I sat with my, with me itself, and I just made a simple calculation. I mean, India is just a very rough calculation that I did to myself, for fun. Is like earlier I used to think that I always used to struggle between me starting to teach in English and then to stop myself, because I used to feel like there are lots of teachers, like as you've mentioned, you have seen so many channels. So I was like, I don't need to go out there in the crowd and just do all these things that we are doing right now. I think there are plenty of teachers in India to for the audience to teach English. But what I have noticed here is like India is a population of like 140 crores, right? Like
yeah,
1.4 billion people.
yeah,
And I was like, even if I cut down the market to like 50%, so that we are still left with like 70 crores of people. And I would say, even if 70 crore people would want to learn English, I think we would still need a minimum of like 10 crores teachers. Like a very simple calculation, like a kid, is what I've tried doing it.
yeah,
And I was like, even out of that 10 crore teachers, the way traditional teachers try to teach English in India are like mostly based on grammar and lots of other aspect of English, which really don't imply much when it comes to speaking.
yeah,
And nobody is focusing on the actual real implementation of the way speaking actually comes into the picture.
mm,
And I was like, this is where somewhere India is lacking behind to teach the actual form of teaching when it comes to speaking itself.
yeah.
And when if I talk about myself, I don't know how many grammatical mistakes I'm making right now, because I don't know grammar at all. And this is something that I'm saying it live.
And you don't
Doesn't
care
really matter
about it
how
at
it's gone.
all.
I mean, doesn't really matter how it's gonna, you know, bring up a picture or like, portray a thing that if I don't know grammar, how can I, call myself a tutor or somebody? But this has been a journey of like 4 years where I've taken the feedbacks from my speakers very specifically about my English. And after receiving like thousands of positive feedback, only I've decided to come on the in the platforms and social
Hmm.
media and call myself an English teacher, or I'm confident enough that I can teach somebody what I've learned in this past 4 years. So what I've noticed is that there is a lack of good teachers. So these days, I'm not only trying to teach English, how to speak, but I'm also teaching my students to learn how to teach, you know, because we
Yeah,
need more teachers. And it's a good industry itself. I mean, if somebody wants to make it big, they can in in the span of 1 year, like regularly posting contents and valuable contents. And
yeah,
the collaboration thing is like really good. I was not aware of such things, but I have seen a couple of channels, couple of Indian YouTubers. They are just the way you are inviting people on your channel, and I was like, this is a good way. If I can put out the message even to the very smallest of the crowd, but at least they are understanding what I'm trying to say. So, yes, I mean, even if you're teaching, so instead of we trying to grabbing the entire market, I mean, you as a teacher, you would be able to delegate yourself to, I mean, 50 students in a month. But even if you're able to change lives of 50 students per month, or like let's say in a span of 2 months, by the end of the year, you are impacting to a lot of lives. I mean, there are lots of business. India is seeing the biggest time of unemployment, and the
yeah,
very basic reason is the language. I mean, people are good at their tech skills. I mean, the IT guys. India is the
yeah,
hub of the IT guys, I think.
definitely.
But the only thing that Indians are lacking behind is their language, and that is why I think the most of the companies in overseas abroad are not ready to accept the Indian employees because of the
True.
language barrier. So, I mean, lots of freelancers, like, you must have saw on TikTok and YouTube, there are a lot of influencers talking to start their freelance business or like drop shipping, e-commerce. and get international clients. But let's say if I'm on a professional call, like I'm a service provider from India and you are my international client, do you would you even think of looking at my work? And if my English is not so good and not attention grabber in terms of my way of speaking, you wouldn't give me business, you wouldn't do business with me. So I think
True.
language is the very first thing for you to get yourself, and then communication into skills, like will result into income. And I
Yeah.
think if you're able to produce more good speakers in India, like Indians with good English, I think the whole world is there for us to bring business to in India. So that's a
Yeah,
bigger
definitely.
vision in the
Yeah,
long run
true.
that I'm talking about.
I couldn't agree more with that because Indians are um, primarily very intelligent when it comes to, they are
Exactly.
sharp, they are shrewd, they even think, like the ways that other people would, they will think out of the box and very intelligent people. But when it comes to communication, that's where we are
Right.
lacking behind, which is, as you said, yeah, obviously it is because it's a large country, huge population, and yeah, there is a limit to what if you're coming from a middle class or low middle class family
Exactly.
background, then not everyone can afford in English medium, or even if you go to an English
Exactly.
medium, there is no guarantee that you will speak the English well, because the teachers, especially where I'm coming from, I'm from,
Exactly.
I did my schooling years ago. Even if I had
Right.
gone to an English medium school, I don't think that the quality of, what I would have learned from there would have been, would have made me confident enough to
Exactly.
speak. Because I got to speak, I got speaking with the British people as part of my
Right.
job. As soon as I completed my graduate post graduation, I did masters in computer
Exactly.
science, and I joined an IT company, and that happened to be a UK company. That's how I got speaking with the British people, which really
Right.
helped me. Otherwise, I wouldn't be, because even when after completing my schooling, obviously I wouldn't be speaking because I did it in my native language. Then I did university or college. Yeah, college pre-degree. I did pre-degree. Those days it used to be called
Right.
pre-degree. And I did 2 years. I had a real problem switching from Malayalam medium to English medium, because first of all you have to
Right.
translate every single technical terms into English. For example, in Malayalam,
Right.
I say, acceleration. There is a Malayalam word for acceleration is twaranam. Twaranam. That is a Malayalam word. And I
Right.
have to,
Right.
I have twaranam in my mind. And then acceleration, how to, physics, it's in physics, yeah. So
Exactly.
likewise, velocity. So all of these terms, first of all, these subjects itself, themselves are hard. And then I have to actually do this translation. So I did really poor in my pre-degree plus two level, because
Right.
I struggled with that transition. Then I did my graduation in maths. That's when I actually picked up a bit. Again, English was, even the teachers would just, professors would just, for namesake, they will speak in English, but not
Right.
really. That's something that you can. And then I did my master's in again, the same story. Only when I
Right.
completed master's and then I joined, that's when you get the hands-on experience, speaking with people.
Right.
So yeah, that exposure, communicate. I mean, you can read, you can write, but unless and until you start speaking, you're not gonna improve. You would,
Right.
yeah,
That's actually, and what I felt is like we cannot even blame to our like traditional teachers that we have in our schools, because of the lack of exposures and the lack of technology at their time had led them to be their speaking to be to get their speaking level. So today when I realize, I think our youth has a lot of access to the internet, to the technology, and they can make the best use out of it, but they are simply distracted in that upper layer of the internet like TikTok, Instagram, and they're not focusing. I mean, like if you have, I don't know if you have got the time to watch my videos in
No,
the
I was
YouTube
going to
link.
ask you if you can ping me your channel name, I'll tag you in on the video. So yeah.
Yes, I will for sure. I will. I actually sent that on the email. I'll send it to you. You do watch it. And the reason I'm saying this, the thing that I've mentioned, that like the Indian people are intelligent, and it is very true. In the application that I record my video, I have spoken to almost people from 60 different countries from the for the past 8 months, and mostly are like people of my age, like between 25 to 30.
Yeah.
And what I realized speaking to them is the exposure towards life are there's a much difference.
Yeah, true.
Okay, what I realized, like speaking in a very normal term, they must be good at like skydiving, trekking, probably traveling. We Indians coming from a middle class background did not got the much level, like leeway to go out there and explore the world. But when it comes to emotional experiences, Indians are much stronger mentally than compared to a lot of people, other people in the countries. Like the hardships that we go through right from the very young age of our time, of our life, that makes us very strong from the mind itself. But because of the lack of opportunity, we are never able to use it on our professional career. I have spoken to these people and I've always see them with lack of exposure, lack of mental exposure, emotional exposure that they always lag behind. And that was the difference that I was able to see that. And the only thing that we lag behind is when it comes to language. So I saw a big gap over here, and that is what I'm trying to fulfill with the help of your channel and the other people that I'm speaking. That these are my experiences that I have understood in these my past 4 years of journey. The best thing, I mean, to simplify, what I'm trying to tell is over here is like people in abroad, like in the other countries, when they are like 23, 24, or like 25, that is when they start thinking of starting their career. And they're like normal, okay with it, like if they haven't achieved much over, like when they are like 24, 23. And I was watching a video like the Shark Tank America, and there was this one girl like who was saying her struggles, like, and there was this sentence that she mentioned, like my dad used to work, like my mom used to work in McDonald's and my dad used to go like night shifts. And it was her sentence as a part of the struggle, that she take it as a struggle from her point of perspective and the kind of a culture and the country she belonged from. But if I talk about when I heard that sentence, I was like, I am working night shifts right from the age of 17. I just passed my like higher secondary, and because of some financial issues, I had to get myself a job. And I didn't
Wow.
do like my highest qualification. I didn't do university. The highest qualification that I did is like my higher secondary, like the 12th that we say in India, and that's it. And whatever the experiences that I had in terms of professional or in terms of communication, all I had did with my practical experiences working on the companies or the organization I worked for. So I was like,
Yeah.
the difference between the struggles
Hmm.
to the entrepreneurs of other countries and India, there is a big difference. And people in India, they start taking the responsibility, or they start feeling that normal youth coming from a middle class family, they start feeling that responsibility, that sense of responsibility comes at the age of 19 or probably in 20 itself. And there's a huge population, and like you can say a huge group of people who are depressed at their age of 23 and 24 in India, because they have not been able to do anything at all in their life.
Yeah.
So I think, and when I've spoken with people from other countries, they are clueless about life, about the hardships, about the struggles in the life at that
Yeah.
age. So I was like, Indians are not somebody to feel very inferiority with the other people in the other countries. We are
Not at
much
all.
far better than a lot of people from the
True.
other countries. It's just that because of some language things, and I think
Hmm.
communication plays a very key role to it. And if you're good at communication, if you're good at able to express your emotions very confidently, I think the other things Indian people or the Indian root has got it within themselves. We can literally ace it out there in the world.
Exactly. What you said is quite right. With the street smart is what we call such people street
Exactly.
smart, right? Yeah, for example, Ambani, I think Ambani's father, he
Right.
started very, like from an ordinary background, and then yeah, he can be called a street smart. And likewise, we have somebody in Kerala. He's called Yusuf Ali. Yusuf Ali. He's a billionaire. So he was
Right.
also, yeah, he's coming from a humble background as well. And there is another example, Ravi Pillai. He's also a billionaire from Kerala. That we have
I've
two
heard of that.
billionaires from Kerala. Yeah. So yeah, he's also from yeah, he started, he went to Middle East, Dubai, I think. And then, yeah, he was really
Exactly.
like started as a worker. So that street
Right.
smartness is what you need. So yeah, so language can definitely help with all of that, especially because it's a global language. Unfortunately, English is a global language. If in Hindi were a global language, then yeah, we would all be speaking Hindi, right? Likewise, I think
Exactly.
now Spanish, is it Spanish or Mandarin? I think one of the two is the most spoken, isn't it?
Mandarin is the most spoken like
Chinese
language
because it's China, yeah. But
in
yeah,
China.
I hope we wouldn't have to learn that language. But yeah, obviously to speak with the Chinese suppliers, it would help, if you know Mandarin.
Obviously, obviously.
Yeah,
I mean, you see, like one language can open a doors of opportunities for you. I mean,
yeah.
I have been able to make friends across the globe just with the help of this language. I have got friends in Indonesia, China, Brazil, Spain. I don't even know, but I have got so many friends in that application itself
Ah, okay.
because at one
So you
language I
have
was
to,
good enough.
sorry to interrupt, but you have to pay for that application.
No, as of now, like it's completely free. You can have as many conversations as possible. I'll send you the link
Oh,
of that application as well. You can join
oh,
it with
that'd be
my
nice.
invite,
Yeah.
and you
I'm
will
not
love
really
it.
getting any. Sorry, I interrupted you. You were saying something. Please continue.
No, no, that's completely okay. But yeah, I mean, such a technology is available, and I barely see any Indian people on that application.
Oh,
And when I
really?
yes, and I have gave that application to a lot of people to use it, and they use it for like once or twice, and then they just stop it because for them it's like something beyond their expertise, beyond their like
Oh,
knowledge. But I say, I mean, like just think of it, like if we Indians started speaking with these foreigners like on a daily basis, and the level of confidence you would get out of speaking with foreigners over a video call, you can literally perform really well in terms of video call interviews with the HRs from the other backgrounds in terms of your career level. So these are small activities that I'm trying to spread in with my YouTube channel.
yeah.
And yeah, lack of exposure is what Indians are lacking behind. Indian youth is lacking behind that we are trying to
Definitely. And inhibition. We just
right. The
hesitate. What will people think if I go wrong, if I make mistakes? Yeah, there's no point in hesitating. Um, Especially when I'm coming from Kerala. I mean, I used to have this, inhibition because I did my schooling in my native language. So I never had the confidence to speak. But then when I joined the job, I had no option but to speak. So if you're pushed into,
right.
like deep water, then you will learn to swim, I think, possibly. That's the thing. Oh, we
That's
have only like,
actually
sorry, we have only like
correct.
6 minutes before this meeting ends. Um, yeah. So anything else that you want to ask me, Shiva, or
One thing, I mean, definitely, I hope you had a like we together had a very good session for your audience, talking about a lot of insights. And apart from that, I mean, your language is itself very good, and I would really like to have more conversations in the future if
of
you ever
course, yeah.
if you ever get the time,
Definitely,
right?
yeah. We can do, yeah, definitely. Honestly, I haven't done any conversation for more than a month now. Because I don't
Right.
know if you have seen if you notice on my channel, I post like every 5, 6 days now a video, and all of those videos were like done, like a couple of months ago. I haven't done
Right.
any conversation, and today I have got one more conversation with Masina. Just two conversations, or three actually,
Right.
Pankaj also. So after a month, I'm speaking with people. I love to speak, but I'm very lazy. I'm becoming very lazy. I don't know. Yeah, it's and also, as I said, that when I post something that people don't, I'm not really getting any traction, and it's kind of a bit demotivating as well,
Right.
honestly. When so I'm like,
Right.
okay, why do I, if I post something and then people not watching it, why I do that? That's the reason why I'm focusing on TikTok because if there are people are appreciating it, then why not?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, you do it wherever your hearts make you feel posting it. And I think today we are missing TikTok. I mean, from a business perspective, I see a lot of Western influencers like really making good money out of it.
Yeah, yeah,
And when I
definitely.
actually came up, it's banned in India, but I think,
It's a
yeah,
shame.
we
Such
should
a
have.
shame, isn't it? To
It
Because
is.
I
It
know that a
is.
lot of influencers where they all started on TikTok and they grew really well there.
It's not even a fault of the government, because anything that comes in India as an opportunity is the that high confidence, low IQ people, they make the best out of it. But people with good intellect, as I always say, that this is where problem is, that people with good knowledge, high intellect, they feel that they are not supposed to be coming on the camera and spread their
Ah,
knowledge, their thing. And that is why these people, like in India, like the local influencers that we say, they are just making all these random videos, and there were like lots of incidents happening. Then in the middle of the road, they start creating videos. And at these like the number of incidents occurring in country, and that is why the government decided to ban the TikTok. From their
really?
perspective, they were
Oh,
absolutely
okay. I
right.
thought it's something to do with the Chinese government and the policies, no? Wasn't it?
I mean, it was
Uh,
also, I mean, not only TikTok, but I think almost like hundreds of Chinese applications
Chinese
were banned in
applications.
India
Yeah, true.
at that point of time, and
Hmm.
TikTok took a big hit out of it. But the best part about the Western culture is that they always make best out of the technology compared to the
Mm.
Indian audience,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's a good part about them. You
Yeah,
see.
true. And yeah, I've seen this difference as well between Indian audience and the Western
Right.
audience is that they kind of they like they mark the if they watch a video then they do mark it, like if they liked it they will drop a comment,
Exactly.
which is really, yeah, I mean, it doesn't do any harm, right? If you like something then why not do it.
I mean, we Indians like lack of expressions is what we say. We have the same emotions, but it's just that
Exactly.
we have that inferiority as well of being
We don't
judged.
express. Yeah. That's a reason.
So
And
that's
another reason I said is maybe that their standards, like they only like if they really they find the content really useful. That might be one reason as well. Like, they have that the taste of the quality. They wouldn't like if they think that the qualities of is poor. Maybe that may be one reason, I don't
right.
know. But
I'll tell
yeah.
you. I mean, it's not about the poor quality. I'll tell you, the ones who really have the knack of understanding that which content is like poor or bad, they don't have the time much because they are really struggling hard time, with their survival. And the ones who have plenty of time, they don't have a knack of understanding the difference between a poor and a quality content. And that is the
Exactly.
problem over here
Oh,
in,
you're a
in
psychologist as
our
well,
side.
aren't you? You know very well the psychology as well. I think, yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, that's true. Oh,
So
so
never
nice. We've
feel
got only
like
1 minute
you.
left, Shiva. 1 minute. Well, this call will
That's
get
okay, man.
disconnected. So we should catch up again in a month or so. Whenever you just drop me and then note, and then we can connect again. And I'll upload this in like
Absolutely, man.
in a couple of days. This video. And please, and you said that. Sorry, I missed that. On the email you had mentioned the link. You said, right? I will link you
I'll
on
send you
my,
the.
yeah. I'll
I'll
link you
send
on
you.
my on the video.
Sounds good, ma'am. Sounds good. Thank you
Okay,
so
thank you
much
so
once
much,
again for
Shiva. I appreciate your time.
having me for this session.
Yeah, my
Me as
pleasure.
well. Same here.
Yeah. Good night. Take
Take
care.
care. Have a good
Bye.
weekend.
Thank you. Same to you.
Bye
Bye.
bye.